Hey everybody, Jamie from the Marine Doctors YouTube channel. We need to have a chat. We need to have a chat to those people that think that a 40-year-old engine is gonna run like a brand new engine. We need to have a chat about that someday your engine's not gonna run like it used to, no matter what your favorite technician is capable of doing to it. Other than you throwing gobs of money at it to throw new pistons and rings into it, or new injectors, or, well, not even as far as new injectors, new carbs, everything. You throw everything at an engine, and at some point, it's just not gonna work the way it used to. Case in point, I've got a 40 horsepower Merc. It's over 40 years old, and it's sitting in the tank right now. The compression seems like it's okay, but it doesn't tell the whole story. There's other things that come into play. The amount of wear on the rings themselves down in the bottom of the cylinder, so it can't draw fuel in anymore. So that blue boat in here is gonna run. The customer's gonna take it out to the lake, but I'm gonna give them a heads up. I'm gonna tell them sometimes it's gonna stall. It's gonna rev up every time and hit higher speeds, but it's not gonna troll. It's never gonna troll. And it's not that I'm trolling about this, I'm just stating the obvious. At some point, it's just not gonna work the way it used to. It doesn't matter. So to get this thing to run, it now takes two people. It doesn't have an electronic choke. Somebody actually has to come back here and they have to hold that on, the choke on, because it's worn out so bad that it just doesn't stay in place. You start the engine. The only way to start it after you shut it off, unfortunately, is to now throttle up the handle because it doesn't have a low speed. It has a mediocre low speed, which means it's running too fast to troll. So ideally, this engine should be used for spare parts on some other engine and no longer spend money on it. Unfortunately though, we had to put a power pack on it to get it to go. So the customers invested quite a bit of money in this, well, creation. So where do we go from here? What do we tell the people? Because at some point, they're just not gonna work. Optimax, it's not a really old engine. Great technology, but at some point they no longer run, and that's why it's on this stand and he has a new engine. But at least this guy was understanding that, hey, if your cylinder's down on power, so's the engine, and it's just not gonna run. But some folks just expect everything to run, and it simply can't. Yeah, we can work miracles sometimes. Sometimes we find out what caused the problem or what's causing the problem and we're able to fix it. But in the big scheme of things, all of those things are minor things that we're fixing. They might be major in price, but they're minor. We're replacing things that allow the engine to run properly. But some things we can't. I've got a rebuild, a couple rebuilds here that I have to do. Broken piston rings, it's not gonna run properly. I don't care if it says it's got 105 pounds of compression on that cylinder and 115 on the others. It's just not gonna work right. So what do? We spend a ton of money on it, we get it back to normal. And it works. But again, we're changing internals. We're not dressing on the outside. If we took a gear out of your gear case and said, okay, go in reverse, and we took that gear out, it's not gonna go in reverse, is it? Or if we put a buggered up damaged one, it's not gonna work. I just don't understand sometimes what people think. Just a bit of a rant. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.